Okay, it's been a while since I worked on my project. I'm back to it, and I what slowed me down a little bit was this center fan system that I made. What I did is I took a checkered plate that I used for the base here, and I cut myself a round discs with matching holes for the hub of GM, and then I made myself blades that are about 3.5 inches tall. And what slowed me down was I had to get somebody to weld the aluminum. My buddy Jose was very busy to assist me, so I ended up finding a shop in town that he welded it for me. $20. It took him 5 minutes. He was happy. I'm happy. And what I did is I put it down. I first torqued down the hub, the rotor. You can tell underneath, it's hard to tell, but there's the bolts are right under there with lock washers and everything. And then after that, I put this fan disc assembly over. And again, I locked lock nuts, sorry, not lock nuts, but the lock washers and nuts. And I torqued them really good. I think I put about 100 inch-pounds on it, if not more. And then after that, I put the Loctite inside the threads, so there's no way it's going to come loose with vibration. That's one of my fears. So then what else? Okay, I was worried about the flexibility of this aluminum plate. So what I did is I reinforced it underneath, and you can tell it's a hardened material that's zinced also, so it's resistant to rust. And there's all kinds of nuts and bolts and all lock washers as well. Also, you can tell these angle irons that are 3/16 thick. They're high strength, these ones here, and they're galvanized. So I don't have to worry about them rusting. And I bolted them to the lower plate. And this is part of the assembling that I'm doing. I'll show it further. I won't talk about it now. I'll show it later on how this is going to fix itself to my roof. Also, what else? These are the studs that hold my stator. The stator's over here. It's completed, the stator. It's ready to just go in place. And I had it in place to make sure everything fitted good. Also, I put grommets, like a rubber grommet, to absorb vibration and make sure that when it's right on the hole here, on both sides is rubber to absorb vibration and ensure that there's no crack that could develop or whatever. So that's where I'm at. Oh yeah, there's also this. This is off a car water pump. It's brand new. And I'm going to use it to drive the antifreeze through the stator for cooling. So I got to make a back plate for it, and this is the material I'm going to use. I'm going to make a back plate, drill all the holes, trim it all nice, clean it, and put a seal, of course. And I'm going to weld some fittings to be able to put hoses to drive the fluid right through. And this is a fan that I thought I was going to use, but it seems a bit small. I want a bigger fan because I want to ensure that there's always a fluid being driven through the stator for cooling. And this fan I put is a backup. It's always going to ensure that there's air being drawn through here. Actually, it's pushing it. It's going to be pushing it outwards and sucking it through the top. So that's like backup, just to be sure. And it's also going to be going between here, between the stator and the rotor. But just to be sure, I wanted to make sure because the heat is a big factor that reduces efficiency. And as the heat increases, resistance increases, and this thing can catch fire. That's the biggest risk. So I'm putting everything in my favor to make sure this thing doesn't get hot. Especially in the middle of the summer on the roof, it could get easily 150 degrees without this thing even running. Now, never mind, now you're adding the wind blowing and generating power. It could really heat up. This is a relay off a car. Again, it's a starter relay. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. It's a very good quality one. It's made in the US. It's not one of those imports. So I'm pretty sure that it's quality. But it does tend to have to work a lot for for wind generators, because every time it's going to hit a certain voltage, the batteries, it's going to trigger and drain out the batteries a little bit. So I'm not sure about it yet, but it's part of the project for now. I ended up buying a box. It's an electrical box, you can tell. And it's blank, it's empty inside, it's just empty. And I'm going to be able to design my own control box for the wind generator. And the reason I want to design my own is because I'm starting off with wind, but I'm also going to be putting solar panels, and I want both energies coming into the same box, and then from that box they go out to the batteries and to the system. Okay, that's it for today, and I'll give you more footage later.